these two teams look to settle the score. He will be coming off the bench para dito sa pinakabago niyang team as LA Tenorio gets the start kasama sina Mark Caguiwa, Rodney Prondial, Dorian Peña at yung import nga nila si Orlando Johnson. Katapat etong sina Cyrus Baguio, JB Casio, Sonny Thos, Rome De La Rosa, and Romeo Travis. Ang import naman, very impressive import ng Alaska. Only played 3 quarters in that blowout win as this first quarter is now underway. At it's atin ang Motolite for express and service call 370-6686. Right off the bat, Tom, kapansin-pansin. Neither of the Twin Towers of Brangay Ginebra are on the floor.
Well, these two guys, may balita tayo mamaya that dun sa kay Japet Aguilar to be able to find out ano bang nangyayari sa kanila, what their state will be this conference.
Pati siyempre si Greg Slaughter, makakasama natin mamaya si Miss Sel Guevara. Malalaman natin kung ano nga ba ang kanilang kondisyon. Travis looking to back up kontra dito kay Prondial. He shoots over the young gun. That puts Alaska on the board.
Romeo Travis, nung una nilang laro, you only had 18 points. I said only because it seemed very effortless. Ang ganda ng kanyang pinakita. Not impressive in terms of prolificness, yung mga ginawa niya. However, it was very efficient, which is what Coach Alex Compton wants.
7 of 11 from the field in only 28 minutes of basketball. Hindi na nga siya kinailangan pagdating din sa endgame dahil tambak naman yung naging panalo nila dyan as Brangay Ginebra runs out of that shot clock. Alaska will get back possession. And this early in the first quarter, Dom, napapansin kagad natin, pressure in the backcourt i-apply ng Brangay Ginebra.
Well, that's something that you didn't really see too much of in the previous conferences para dito sa Brangay Ginebra. Inaabangan talaga nila, or they were really working on yung kanilang opensa. But with Coach Frankie Lim, if you look at his credentials or yung mga teams that he has coached, he has always put an emphasis on defense.
Conditioning and defense, yan ang kanyang calling card as Travis has now got all 4 points of this ballgame. Tatapatan din ng Alaska yung pressure in the backcourt ng Ginebra. Johnson looking for that opening, loses his footing. Turnover na naman yan in favor of Alaska.
Naalala ko yung interview ni Coach Alex Compton in the previous game. Sabi niya, kaya daw sila hindi kumuha ng isang Asian import to be able to work on their young guys. Kita mo who got the start this game, itong si Rome De La Rosa. At ang kanyang primary role, bantayan yung import ng kabila.
Casio gets it over to Travis. All 7 points of your PBA second game Friday, courtesy of that import from Alaska. So Brangay Ginebra scheduled to play 2 games this weekend. Ngayon po Alaska and on Sunday against Stock and Tex. Those Twin Towers not looking good for them.
Mabigat dahil mukhang matatagalan yung dalawang ito si Japet Aguilar and Greg Slaughter, and even Chris Ellis mukhang matatagalan pa bago sila makalaro. So they may miss, maybe the first 4 games. Maybe Japet Aguilar will be the quickest one to be able to come back because it's just a hamstring injury. But yun na nga, alam mo ang kagandahan daw dito, kung titignan mo on the flip side, para dun sa mga ibang mga players, this is an opportunity now for the less heralded players to be able to step up at marikindel yung Brangay Ginebra spirit.
As JB Casio makes it 10-0, another 3-pointer natin sa atin ng PLDT on Evolution. Turns your ordinary TV into an internet TV.
And look at the pressure all of a sudden by the Alaska Aces. This is one thing that they've been known for ever since Coach Alex Compton has taken over yung head coaching job when he had the time to be able to prepare in the first conference.
Peña gets it over to Caguiwa. Sinalubong ng dalawa si Mark. His kick out pass. Ninakaw ni De La Rosa. Baguio on the move. Libre si Casio, but he's fouled by Prondial.
In disarray, itong Brangay Ginebra, needing to settle down and actually figure out what they're going to do. Ang tendency usually ng isang koponan, kapag natatambakan, nagkakanya-kanya. So for Brangay Ginebra, it's all about being able to go back. Kung ano ba yung tinuturo ni Coach Frankie, saan ba sila makakapuntos, dun sila pumunta.
The Alaska Aces, though, will have none of it. This is a 14-0 start para sa kanila. 9 of the 14, courtesy of Romeo Travis. They want to put as much distance between themselves and Ginebra bago pa magising etong mga nakaputi. Tenorio gets it over to Johnson, 4 to shoot. He fades away, backirons that one. Travis para sa
You
rebound.
gotta credit the defense of the Alaska Aces. Lahat ng tira nitong Barangay Ginebra. If not, there's a hand up. Eh, hindi nga sila nakakakuha ng opportunity para maka-attempt man lang.
And now Sol Mercado is being deployed here by Coach Frankie Lim. This is going to be our first look at the Soul Train in a Barangay Ginebra uniform.
Well, you want Sol Mercado to be able to be aggressive right off the bat.
Sol Mercado seeing action for his fourth team in this season alone. De La Rosa with a pull-up. Diubra. Brondial to Mercado. Here comes the Soul Train down the left side.
Makikita mo yung ofensiva, yung setup nila doon. Hindi pa sila pupunta doon sa kanilang mga spots. Nagkakagulo sila. Look at there's only 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Big block by Bagyon Kagiwa. He goes to Travis. Nakakita naman si Casio. Couldn't handle it though.
Doesn't seem like Barangay Ginebra on the same page. Makikita mo naka-overload kanina yung ofensiva nila. Ang dami na doon. Nagsisiksikan sila doon sa ilalim. What tremendous defense again by the Alaska Aces.
Nice hit corrected. 12-0 pa lang. Nasa ating talaan. Kanina kasi naging 14 na. Mercado may tanga ng bola. They go to Brondial. One of the fan favorites para dito sa Barangay Ginebra, si Rodney Brondial, was touted to be the second coming of Rudy Hatfield but has not gotten the minutes to try and prove it. This time around, sigurado, aasahan siya. Mercado has it rebounded by Brondial. Yan ang ginagawa dati ni H-Bomb. But Johnson and Brondial hindi nagkaintindihan.
One thing about Rudy Hatfield though, nung binigyan siya ng opportunity, hindi niya na pinakawalan yun.
Johnson pulls it down. Mercado looks up. He sees Kagiwa on his left. Dave Marcelo, who just checked in down the middle. Kagiwa misses.
Struggling definitely Barangay Ginebra. This is one of a hell of a test once again for Barangay Ginebra in terms of being one unit.
Toss. Using that ball fake. Napasabit si Dave Marcelo.
One of the teams that they will have a difficult time with is the Alaska Aces because meron isang Sunny Toss. At kapag wala kang Greg Slaughter to be able to match up against Sunny Toss, it makes it a lot easier for Alaska to go down low.
Barakel making his way to the scorer's table. Will come in after this first free throw. Brondial ang papalitan dito ni Mac Barakel. So that lineup getting a bit shorter now. Marcelo manning the middle and Johnson at the 4.
Still no sign of their Asian import.
Mercado against the pressure D. Gets it over to Johnson. Mercado will set this one up. Wala na pong 6 at kalahati natitira sa ating opening quarter. Alaska up 14-0. Johnson may tanga ng bola. Import kontra import. Johnson is fouled by Travis.
They had to work for that. Kung makikita mo yung depensa ng Alaska, they were just switching there, De La Rosa and Travis. That's why kapag ikot ng Orlando Johnson, may tao pa rin sa harapan niya eh.
Finally, he's got a chance to get Barangay Ginebra on the board. Couldn't get the bounce though.
Orlando Johnson, his height there is 6'5", but officially he's about closer to 6'4". Still nothing para di sa Barangay Ginebra.
For even more bad news para sa Barangay Ginebra, si Calvin Abueva ipinasok na ni Coach Alex Compton. Romeo Travis working against Marcelo. Dave not giving up an inch. Repost, Travis once again. Quick release. Diubra. Johnson looking to go down the middle. Door shut on him by Abueva and De La Rosa. Barangay Ginebra looking for the opening. Johnson from the outside. Finally, para sa Barangay Ginebra. Listen to this crowd roar, Dom.
Kanina pa sila nag-aantay para makasigaw. All of the fans that are watching live here, that's what they want to see. They want to see Barangay Ginebra scoring the points and winning ball games.
Here they come, Marcelo to Mercado. Pero ang bilis ng depensa netong Alaska. Kagiwa down low. Gets the hook.
Makikita mo, komportable itong Barangay Ginebra when they're able to run.
De La Rosa off the spin. Beautiful move mula dito kay Rome. That kind of silenced the Barangay Ginebra faithful in attendance. Marcelo pleading for that leather. Barangay back over to Mercado. Marcelo was posting up on the other side. Ball goes out of bounds in favor of Alaska.
Makita mo yung communication ng Alaska Aces on defense. Right off those screens, they knew that they were going to switch. They communicated to each other who was going to get who. That's what you call very good team defense.
With no Slaughter and no Aguilar, sama mo na pati si Chris Ellis, hindi lang retooled yung look ng Barangay Ginebra. New look na talaga as Alvin Abueva goes over the backward. Inabot naman pala kasi ng foul. Of the 5 on the floor, dalawa lang dyan. Yung nasa lineup last conference, that's Kagiwa and Barangay.
Definitely, when you say Barangay Ginebra, you always look at Mark Kagiwa. Kagiwa definitely the face of Barangay Ginebra for the past, 14 years.
Alvin Abueva sporting those cornrows in 2015. Goes 2 for 2 to push their lead back up to 13. Ito yung Asian import ng Barangay Ginebra, no? Biting his nails, waiting for his turn to get on the floor of the PBA. Marcelo turns a pass, papunta kay Johnson. The floater, in and out. Rebound on Tiveros. Abueva pushing it hard. Bothered by Mercado. They go to Travis, deep position. And Romeo just lays it in.
That focus of Alaska, not just on defense, but even on offense. Makikita mo yung Chris Banchero, who played fantastic basketball in their first game. Still on point to be able to find his import wide open.
15 na ang abante rito ng Alaska.
Kung titignan mo yung opensa nitong Barangay Ginebra, the big guys are trying to post. But the difference is, it's not Greg Slaughter that's down there. Pero makikita mo, yung opensa na ni Coach Franklin, maghahanap siya ng poste. Ang problema lang, wala siya ng materials in today's ballgame to be able to execute down low.
Eximiniano pumasok para dito. Kay Rome De La Rosa, the fast also checking in, pinalitan yung the Furious. Helderbrand back to Mercado. Waiting for that pick from Marcelo. Marcelo loses it on the way to the hole. Ontiveros gets it to Banchero, feeding Abueva, balik kay Banchero. Don is free. Bang!
The Alaska Aces just moving the ball really well. This is exactly how they wanted to start. They shut down Barangay Ginebra because of their defense, but they're also moving that ball, making life easier for their shooters.
Sol Mercado looking to get those 3 right back. He gets the layup and will shoot the line for a bonus shot.
Kung ikaw ang Barangay Ginebra, maghahanap ka ng paraan, maghahanap ka ng puntos out in the open court. That's why they need to be able to inbound that basketball right away. When you're playing Alaska, kailangan mabilis yung paglabas ng bola. Kung hindi makaka-set up kasi agad yung depensa ng Alaska eh. But also, off that quick inbound, hindi ka po pwedeng basta-basta ipapasa mo lang because Alaska starts their defense quick as well.
Aside from that 3-point play, mas malaking bagay na nakuha doon ni Sol Mercado yung ikalawang foul naman ng import ng Alaska na si Romeo Travis. He's forced to sit the rest of this first quarter out. That's Marcelo's whistle for his second personal. Sel, ano balita?
Sabi ni Coach Alex Compton, it's a big burden for Alaska to adjust in this game dahil hindi daw nagpapa-videotape ng tune-up games itong si Coach Frank Ilem. Kaya onti lang ang basehan ng Alaska pagdating sa game plan nila dito. At sabi lang ni Coach Alex Compton, ang importante to keep the defense tight in the post and in the perimeter. Magoo?
Thank you, Miss Sel. 23-8. It is Alaska with this commanding lead as we head into this time.
You know what they like about Romeo Travis? He has been able to grasp the system nitong Alaska Aces even if he's only been with them for 3 weeks.
Orlando Johnson comes out of that timeout firing. He cuts this deficit to 13. Wala na pong 2 kalahati natitira sa ating opening quarter. Banchero loses it. Johnson pushing it. Banchero, though, was right there to stop him on his tracks. JJ from deep. Couldn't send it home.
You like how Brangay Ginebra is trying to move that ball a lot quicker.
You see how Chris Banchero was trying to catch that? Parang wide receiver, ano, just looking over his shoulder, waiting for that leather to land in his palms.
You know, look good that side of the court. However, that's not really a pass that you want to be making because there are two white guys pretty much side by side with Chris Banchero.
Napaganda pa para dito sa Alaska as Don Ontiveros makes it a three-point shot to extend their lead to 16. Brangay Ginebra in a world of trouble during that last time out. Nadinig natin, Dom, sinasabi ni Coach Frankie Lim, relax lang, they look tense, they look a little too tense, they just need to run the system and enjoy the game.
Well, you know, first game kaka-start lang tas hindi maganda yung start. So there's pressure at matitense ka talaga. And you like how Coach Frankie Lim is trying to calm them down. He's not freaking out. Hindi siya sumisigaw at pinapagalitan na silang lahat. Sabi lang, guys, makukuha din natin yan because he trusts dun sa tinuturo niya.
Still part of that coaching staff, of course, is Olsen Rosella and Freddy Abuda.
Yung bagong coaching staff nila dyan, si Mark Homalesa.
Talagang a fresh look para dito sa Brangay Ginebra. Pero yun nga, no? They were preparing for this tournament. Alam nila na si Japet na-injure na 3 weeks ago. Pero just 2 days ago yata, nung na-sprain etong si Greg Zila.
Yun ang mabigat nung na-injure itong si Greg Soren. Ito yung hinahanap natin. Yung kanilang Asian import na si Sanchir Tumalag, you know, played for Mongolia. He led them to that 8th place finish in the Asian Games. Let's see what he has. At ang tanong dyan, ano bang lalaroin niya? Diba? Yun kung saan posisyon ba gagamitin ni Coach Frankie Lim?
Lalo-lalo na, pinalitan niya si Orlando Johnson. So yung international import, pinalitan ng Asian import. Mercado may tangan ng bola. Almost lost his footing. He dives for it. Inabot naman siya ng foul. It's gonna be a baptism of fire para dito kay Tumalag. Coming into a 17-point deficit. That's a tall order kahit sino pa ang pumasok sa laro.
Tsaka mahirap, hindi ka pa nakakabuelo. Lamang na yung kalaban. So, but also, that is, a lot of it is mental para sa isang manlalaro. Hindi mo pwedeng isipin kung ano yung score dahil ang aga pa eh. You know, there's still 3 more quarters to play.
Elterbrand being bothered here by Eximiniano. Pupunta sila kay Mercado. Down the middle, the Soul Train feeds para kay El. Loses it on the way up though. Vic the Muscle Manuel looking to go coast to coast as it slapped out of bounds.
There's another place that they're also missing. Guys like Japet Aguilar and itong si Greg Slaughter. Yung mga pagsaksak ng kanilang mga guards and those little handoffs.
Abueva bounces it off his own knee. Ibigyan ng pagkakataong makabalik bahagya ang Brangay Ginebra. Marcelo asking for it. Mercado decides against it. He goes over to Sanchir. Si Sanchir Tumalag, Sanchir yung nasa likod ng jersey niya.
Oo.
Parang sa Chinese yung Yao Ming, Yao yung last name.
Sige, ikaw na bahala dyan.
Hindi ko rin alam eh. Inuulaan ko lang. Na yung first name last name at last name gano'n lang.
Oh, one thing, even if you're an international import or you're an Asian import, ang kinakailangan sa'yo, maka-adapt ka agad dun sa physicality dito sa ating dito.
Yun naman siguro isang lamang ng Sanchir. Second conference pa lang, andito na siya. He was actually present during the finals. He was watching from the stands.
But it's one thing to be watching. It's one thing to be watching. It's another thing to play with it game in, game out.
15 ang abante ng Alaska. Just over half a minute remaining in the first. Manuel, sinusukat. Etong si Marcelo. He kicks it out. Don for 3 is fouled. Sanchir whistled for that one.
These are the mistakes that you do not want to see if you're Coach Frankie Lim. Because okay lang yung magkamali ka sa opensa, maling pasa, pero yung ganun pagdating sa depensa, that means yung pagiging tense, it is very obvious because it seems like you're second guessing whether you're going to recover or you're just going to challenge the shot.
He has got to adjust right away. Susunod nilang kalaban. Talk and text, Sam Douglas, ang Asian import doon.
Mabigat ang import na itong talk and text. Both those guys definitely with so much basketball history in their pockets.
LA Tenorio back on the floor. Pinilitan na muna itong si Sol Mercado. Elterbrand gets it across. Sanchir over at the left side. Looking at Brondial, they swing it back over to JJ. Slight differential between quarter clock and shot clock. Brangay Ginebra has 6 seconds to try and generate a shot. Sanchir puts it on the floor, drives inside. Sanchir misses. Alaska with a chance for a Hail Mary. Don almost got it. Just a little too much mustard on that half-court team.
29-12, definitely the Alaska Aces in complete control, led by their fantastic defense, but more than anything, yung kanilang flawless offense leading into the 17-point lead.